Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Welcome to episode 2. In this episode, inshallah, we will be covering performing the Umrah, inshallah. Okay, so last time we stopped about the Talbiyah, and we said that we will enter the state of Ihram from Dhul Hulayfa, just outside Medina, and 3 requirements to enter the state of Ihram: putting on the Ihram, announcing the intention, and starting the Talbiyah. لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك. This is the best dhikr for you to do all the way to go to Mecca. It's probably going to take you in average between 5 to 6 hours between Medina to Mecca. And this is nothing but an opportunity for you to credit yourself with more and more of good deeds. There is nothing better than you repeating لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك. Now, for the brothers, it is recommended to be loud, and for the sisters, only for the one right next to you to hear your voice. We will cover, like during the trip, inshallah, when you come with us, we go into more details into that, but I'm trying to keep it precise here so you know the rituals, inshallah. And when you reach Mecca, the scholars are actually in different opinions. Some, they say that you stop the Talbiyah once you enter Mecca, and some they say that when you actually enter Al-Masjid Al-Haram. Right? So there is a disagreement between the scholars here. However, it is recommended for you once you reach Mecca, inshallah, you go straight to the hotel. You can have a shower again. You can change your ihram. You can change your clothes. But you wear obviously the same type of clothing that you were wearing. No perfume. Make sure that you don't use any scented soap or washing shower gels and all that. Avoid that as much as you can, inshallah. Rest a little bit before you actually go to perform the Umrah, inshallah. Now, as you make your way to Al-Masjid Al-Haram, inshallah, and when you're just about to enter Al-Masjid Al-Haram, inshallah, for the brothers, you have to expose your right arm. So now you fix the settings of your towel where your shoulder is being exposed and it comes from underneath you, and this is being exposed completely there. So this is called al-ittiba', and this is linked to the days of the Prophet ﷺ, where the Prophet ﷺ and the Sahaba, when they went to perform the Umrah, people of Mecca said that Muhammad ﷺ and the Sahabas, the fever of Medina must have ate them inside out, and they will not be fit and healthy. So the Prophet ﷺ commanded the Sahaba to show them their physical strength because of that. So when they showed their arms, that became a Sunnah. And therefore, we go on the footsteps of Muhammad ﷺ, and we do that. So before you enter, you actually expose your right arm, and you enter Al-Masjid Al-Haram. There is no specific dua for Al-Masjid Al-Haram. It's the dua that you read for every masjid that you enter. Bismillah, Allahumma aftah li abwab rahmatika wa maghfiratika. And you enter with your right foot and you go there. My recommendation, let somebody who actually done the Umrah before to lead the way and go behind them, and don't try to look at the Kaaba from a distance. Try to keep your eyesight down until you are very close to the Kaaba, inshallah, because the impact is not the same. So as you go close to the Kaaba, right, and then you look there, then you feel the impact of Kaaba that way. There is no specific dua when you first look or you see the Kaaba, nothing specific on that at all. There is no greeting of the masjid. You don't pray 2 rak'ah greeting the masjid upon entering the Masjid Al-Haram. The greeting of the masjid is the actual Tawaf. It is considered the greeting of the masjid. So you would go straight, look for the black stone corner, and you will start your tawaf from that place. You reach the black stone. It is recommended, highly recommended for you to kiss the black stone, as it is sunnah to do that. However, harming your brothers and sisters, if you push people and you harm people to make your way to the black stone, it is haram, right? It is sufficient that if the place is busy, that from a distance that you say Bismillah, as we Muslims, whenever we want to start doing something, we say Bismillah, and then you point Allahu Akbar towards the black stone, and the black stone registers you that way. As the Prophet ﷺ, he advised Umar ibn al-Khattab, Umar, that Allah has given you strength. Do not harm your brothers and sisters there. Be extremely careful about harming your brothers and sisters in that place there. So leave the Kaaba on your left hand side and start the Tawaf. Tawaf is 7 rounds around the Kaaba, right? The first 3 rounds, the brothers, they will go much faster if it is safe, if it is feasible, if it is okay to do that. If the place is busy, you just walk with everybody the way it is. If not, then you go faster on the first 3 rounds, and this is again associated with the fitness of the Muslims. Then the Prophet ﷺ wanted Kuffar Quraysh to see that, like, they were fit and they were going so fast and they are healthy, and they're not like as what they thought, that the fever of Medina ate them inside out. It wasn't the case. So that became the sunnah, and that is why we do this today. But as I said, if it is not possible, do not push your way, right? Do not harm your brothers and sisters on the way, because most of the time the place is so busy and you cannot just go fast. So just walk with everybody else, and you leave the Kaaba on your left hand side and you walk around, right, until you reach the corner just before the black stone, and that is known as the Yamani corner. It is sunnah, it is recommended for you, if you can, is to reach that corner and just touch it, right, and apply, like, your hand on the wall there, and the reward for that, it deletes the sins. So this corner is less busier, and it requires a little bit of patience, but it is doable that you can actually reach that corner and touch that corner. It is sunnah. And from that corner, you are making your way on to the black stone. And as you're on the way to the black stone, you would read, رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. That's once you've reached the black stone, you have now completed round 1, and you will point towards the black stone and you'd say Allahu Akbar, and that is the first round completed. Now you start the second round. There is no specific dua, there is no specific dhikr for you to do during these tawafs. It is not sunnah for you to designate a specific dhikr for each round. Right? That is not the sunnah to do that. You can get engaged in any dhikr, maximize the dua, and remember your brothers, your sisters. Try not to be selfish. Remember the ummah as well. Remember, all those who are in need, the ones that you know and the ones that you do not know. And this is well encouraged in our deen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive all our brothers or sisters, because we are one ummah. So try to make an effort in your dua to your brothers and sisters, as we are one body all together. So you go round again all the way, and you come to the Yamani corner. Once you reach the Yamani corner, you would say رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. Now you reach the black stone, you would say Allahu Akbar, and you completed round 2. And you would carry on doing that until the 7 rounds are completed. Now, if you happen to be on the 5th round and you actually forgotten, am I on the 5th or the 6th, you will build on the lower. The same way that you are in Salah, that's have I prayed 3 or 4, then I build on the lower and add an additional rak'ah. It's exactly the same thing when you're doing your Tawaf. And when you when you are confused, you build on the lower and you bring one more round until you have completed your 7 rounds. Tawaf is considered salah, therefore tahara is compulsory. You must have your wudu on. If you break your wudu, then you have to exit, refresh your wudu and come back again to complete your tawaf. Scholars are in disagreement here. Some they say that you start from where you stopped, and some they say that no, it is one unit and you have to start from the beginning again. So, and if you got sick, if you are sick, then you don't have to complete the Umrah altogether. You can indeed leave the Tawaf area. You can go back to the hotel, but you stay in the state of Ihram until you feel better, and you come back and you start from where you actually stopped, and you carry on with the rituals of your Umrah, inshallah. So you finished your Tawaf. And then you would go to an area behind Maqam Ibrahim, and you would recite وَاتَّخِذُ مِن مَقَامِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ مُصَلَّى, and you would pray 2 rak'ahs there, reciting Al-Fatiha, قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ, and Al-Fatiha, and قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. And from there you would make your way to drink Zamzam, inshallah, and you would sit down and make a dua, and you take it in 3 sips. And it is so important that you focus on your dua there. This is your moment. This is what you came for. Whatever you've asked for, whatever, you would desire, whatever, you would wish for your parents, the late parents, for your friends, for family members, and all that. This is your moment for dua. So you make your dua at that moment, drink Zamzam in 3 sips, and then make your way to a sa'i between Safa and Marwah. And as you approach Safa, which is just like a small mountain, what is left from that, you would recite Inna Safa wal Marwata min sha'airillah. The Prophet ﷺ would raise his hand and face the Kaaba at that place and say, La ilaha illallah, wahdahu la sharika lahu, lahul mulk wa lahul hamdu, wa huwa ala kulli shayin qadir, La ilaha illallah wahdah, anjaza wa'dah, wa nasara abdah, wa a'azza jundah. So in here, the Prophet ﷺ is subhanallah al-azim, he stood in the same spot, years and years in the past, inviting Quraysh to become Muslims, and they rejected that, and they actually removed him from Mecca. And now the Prophet ﷺ is back to the same spot, but he has thousands alongside him that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has allowed him to see that, the da'wah has reached all these people. And the Sahaba would say that the Prophet ﷺ would stand in that spot, facing the Kaaba, raising his hands with dua, and he would spend enough time to recite the entire Surah Al-Baqarah, in emphasizing that dua is such an important thing. Don't rush. Don't just do the Umrah as if it is just ticks. No, focus. This is where you came for. So stay there. Spend enough time. I mean, how long does it take to finish Surah Al-Baqarah? An hour and 15 minutes, an hour and a half. And this is the Prophet ﷺ standing there, right? And he is going through his dua for an hour and a half. Imagine that. So how long me and you should spend in there? So do not rush when you go there, right? Once this is done, then you will start going down, right, from a Safa. And as you go down the hill, on your right hand side, there is a door there. And this is the place where Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anhu accepted Islam there, right next to Safa. And as you would proceed towards Marwah, you would see the green lights on top of you. When you see the green lights, only the brothers, you would go faster so long as the green light is on top of you. And remember that only if it is safe to do so. So do not push people out of the way. If you can, then you run. If you have somebody with you, is your wife is with you, your daughter is with you, your family with you, once you reach the end, you wait for them and try to stay either on the left hand side or right right-hand side, so you're not blocking your brothers and sisters who are doing this sa'i in that place there, and then make your way all the way to Marwa. There is no specific dhikr or dua, as long as you are engaged in dhikr, in ibadah, reciting Quran in between Safa and Marwa, it is well and good. When you reach the Marwa, you would repeat again, La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu, lahul mulk wa lahul hamd, wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir, La ilaha illallah wahdahu, anjaza wa'ada wa nasr abdah, وهزم الأحزاب وحده. Subhanallah al-Azim. So this is round one completed. So from Safa to Marwa, this is round one. And then you start round two from the Marwa all the way back to Safa again. That's round two, and so on until you finish all 7 rounds, and you will finish in Marwa. Once you have done that, on your right-hand side, there is a door there, and you exit from there. And all what you have to do after that is to shave or cut your hair, and you've exited the state of Ihram, and you have completed your Umrah. May Allah accept, inshallah. So we have reached the end of episode 2. Thank you for watching. Please join us on the 3rd episode, where we will go through the final bits and pieces about the Umrah, how to perform and how to maximize, and how to retain the value, inshallah, of your Umrah. Jazakumullah khair. Barakallahu fikum.